Alert. Hostiles detected nearby.
Yeah, I'm aware. Just need to wait for the civilians to pop the smoke. Then we run behind the agents, get the intel we need at the Capitol building. Why are they waiting so long? Where are the other agents?
Intelligence System Analytic Computer is activated. All ISAC systems are confirmed online. Intel detected. Uploading coordinates. Initiating mission.
The True Sons. America was created during a violent time. A time where bloodshed was necessary to break free from something that no longer represented the desires of the people. It was through this bloodshed that a new society was born. It's that new society that the True Sons want to create. They began hoping to be better than the government that they feel left them and everyone else behind. To be a society of truth and honor, to survive in a new, harsh world that had been brought to them through the dollar flu plague. What they don't want you to know is that they are worse than the very thing they are seeking to destroy. To understand something, you need to know its origins and the path it took to get to the present. Antoine Ridgeway, the leader of the True Sons, originally began as a JTF soldier in charge of keeping the Roosevelt Island quarantine secure and functional. As the virus continued to spread and the JTF became even more and more limited in their abilities to combat the growing crisis, Ridgeway took matters into his own hands by redirecting supplies so patients would starve to death or succumb to the virus. These actions created a situation so dire that eventually someone was sent in to find out why reports were stating that the quarantine was looking more and more like a prison for the soon-to-be deceased. When they showed up, this happened.
Intel detected.
Safety off.
Make sure the medical items gets into the clinic, and the food goes to the storage by the mess halls.
Put those crates back on the truck.
Wait, what?
We're not wasting any more supplies on these people. Put them back, Private.
Sir.
What the hell are you doing, Colonel?
They are already dead, Doctor.
Are you insane? They need care. What about the staff?
Collateral damage. Now, take your hand off my soldier.
If you go ahead with this, I will report your what the
Bar the gate, Sergeant. Looks like you got a riot brewing.
Lock and load!
Put it down.
Shortly after, Ridgeway was arrested and charged, but he didn't stay locked up for long. Loyal members inside the JTF broke him out, and the True Sons were born. Others who felt that the current administration no longer cared for them or the people of the US abandoned their posts and soon joined the True Sons as they established their base at the Capitol building in DC. The JTF officers that had originally imprisoned Ridgeway were captured and tried through a symbolic tribunal, where they were executed shortly afterward. From that point forward, the True Sons began operations in and around DC to create a dominating presence. Being former military, every single member of the True Sons had tactical training, which gave them an edge in combat over most threats. They're disciplined, organized, and advanced in their operations to the point of being able to control the movement of the other factions and provide protection to civilian populations not recognized by the JTF. This protection is not the same kind that the government offers, though. It's extortion for supplies and soldiers that is enforced at first through veiled threats and later through actual violence. Don't believe me? Here's Ridgeway himself doing it.
Alert. Intercepting transmission.
Mr. Williams.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
What a lovely place you have here. Even through all these troubles, you still manage to keep it quaint. I like that.
Thank you, sir.
You know, a home says a lot about a person's character. You know what your home tells me about you?
No, sir.
It says you're assiduous and orderly. Perhaps a little too much. But you're certainly responsible. Must be nice to live in peace and quiet. Unfortunately for us, there's a price for defending communities such as this. But at least you are keeping out of harm's way.
General,
Before we came here, we ran into a neighbor of yours. He didn't seem to appreciate the good work we do around here. I couldn't accept that, not after all my men have been through. But I don't think we're gonna have the same problem. Like I said, a house tells you a lot about a person. I can see that you're compassionate, generous.
Please, just take what you want.
That really is mighty kind, Mr. Williams. People like you are making a real difference. It's inspiring. We'll be back in a week. I trust you'll have more for us then.
You might be thinking that's a fair price to pay for protection when you have outcasts blowing themselves up in the streets and hyenas murdering civilians gathering water for their kids. That they might be able to give you some sort of actual security if you just comply. Be careful with that thought, because the theater settlement tried to do just that. They sent a member of theirs to offer a truce and discuss terms of cooperation. He has his men shoot that messenger.
Accessing
General,
security system.
There's a woman here. Says she's a representative of the theater settlement. Wants to speak with you.
What about?
She wants to negotiate.
Negotiate? Why would we want to negotiate with those people?
Stand by, sir. I'll ask her. Sir, she thinks a truce could be mutually beneficial.
Shoot her, Lieutenant.
Sir?
Shoot her and dump her body where those cowards will find it. And if anybody else comes to negotiate, shoot them too. Understood?
Yes, sir.
The True Sons don't play nice with others. That's apparent enough for us. We know this already though. They're the ones that have a newly created chemical weapons program utilizing DC-62 as the catalyst. Their reasoning? Ridgeway saw the castle as weak and incubating a society for the weak and dishonest, so he tested out his new weapon on a civilian population to have them all killed. He doesn't hold this disdain for just civilians though. Agents, JTF, hyenas, outcasts, and anyone else who is not a true son is considered worse than him and needs to be killed so a new fascist rule can be brought to fruition. He believes that by controlling DC and spreading the True Sons as far as possible, he is securing a future for the healthy people still living today. It's gone so far as to the True Sons declaring war on all hyenas as he sees them as rats. What's interesting is that he's not at war with the outcasts, a faction that he had a heavy hand in creating. His method for them is monitoring and reacting over neutralizing currently, most likely due to their resources being spent on taking down hyenas and defending themselves from attacks. There's such a major force to be reckoned with that the other two major factions are willing to work together to stop them. The outcasts despise the True Sons as well as the JTF. They see them both as complicit in killing their people. They hold contempt for the True Sons' treatment of the sick. The hyenas unified from street gangs in response to the creation of the True Sons. They needed to unify or die at the hands of this pseudo-military force. Both groups understand the power that the other wields.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming. Recommend targeting portable chemical reservoir. Target eliminated. Warning. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Isaac, I need an entrance, preferably away from the shooting.
Your objective has been updated.
Let's move.
Warning. An agent on your team requires aid immediately.
Drop a medic seeker. Route it to the agent. We can't stay here though.
Lockpick required for this task.
Easy. There we go. Isaac, get me into this computer. Let's see what you're hiding, Antoine.
Alert. Hostiles approaching your position.
Agents will intercept in the rotunda. We're fine.
Evidence found. Beginning item extraction.
Interesting. Okay, we got the intel we came for. Isaac, get me out of here. The agents will take care of the rest of the True Sons. We need to establish our broadcast immediately.
Objective markers updated on map.
What powers do they wield, though? Most True Sons units are what you would expect in a standard military group. Assault specialists, grenadiers, engineers, medics, the basics. They do have more specialized people, though. Immobilizers use high-density riot foam lifted from JTF suppression units. They spray down combatants to immobilize them and make it easier for others to kill the threat. Demolition specialists utilize heavy artillery such as RPGs to send high-velocity explosives towards their targets. They also have heavy tank units that wear very bulky but very protective armor and are most oftentimes armed with light machine guns or grenade launchers. Each and every one of these units is highly trained and capable of coordinated attacks such as suppression and flanking. Do not take them lightly. For those of you looking to avoid the True Sons, you are out of luck for areas that they aren't in, as reports show them existing all throughout DC. They are, however, more concentrated in the East Mall, Southwest and West Stations, and West Potomac Park. Identification can be tricky, as they look like on-duty JTF from a distance at times. Look out for their dark clothes though, and you should be okay as much of the JTF seems to have switched into lighter colors. Helmets, bandanas, and vests are key features to their uniform. The True Sons are known for doing horrible things. Their philosophy is that only the True Sons deserve to survive and that everyone else is a traitor to their nation. They are known for holding public executions in the streets, rounding up civilians and prisoners of war just to put them into work camps and shoot anyone who doesn't perform to their standards. They are worse than the original government they sought to replace and deserve to be eradicated themselves. Keep your eyes wide and your mind open. The True Sons aren't done with us yet, and there's more to uncover here. Until then, I'm out.
Alert. Intercepting transmission.
Who the hell is attacking us?
Their markings match a government security contractor called Black Tusk.
That's fucking ominous. Where's Ellis?
Missing. No sign of a struggle.
We need to get to the cure.
I'll mark the location. Don't be reckless.
Agent, get there when you can. I'll be standing by at the site.
Isaac, begin surveillance now. We need to understand who these Black Tusks are ASAP.
Hey agents, Cole here, but you might know me better as the FilmSmith or the guy who makes ISAC Intel. I wanted to start by apologizing for being over a week late on this video. I ended up having to deal with some medical issues and it put me down for about a week. Thankfully, it's not green poison. Anyway, the next few episodes that I'm working on will be big and will be harder to produce than normal, so I may be taking some extra time on them to guarantee that we've covered them completely. For your information, we're covering the Black Tusks and doing updates on the Hunters and Aaron Keener before we take on some other topics. All of them have a lot of angles to them, so I'm taking my time to get it right. All I'm asking for is some patience. I promise that I'll try and make them worth your wait. We're doing some amazing things here. I've never been part of a community like this before, and I love every single comment you guys write, so please keep them coming. If you want to keep up to date on the status of ISAC Intel and any other projects that I'm currently working on, and there are some fun ones in the pipeline, please consider following me on Twitter at FilmSmith Studio or join the Discord. It's where I post the most often and I'd like to chat with you all. Links are in the description for every video and will be in the pinned comment section for this video as well. I also broadcast on Twitch sometimes. It's fun. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being a part of the ISAC Intel team. It means the world to me. Extremis Malice, Extremum Remedia. See you in DC, agents.